How architects can seamlessly deliver construction projects with KanBo. Architects are professionals who are in command of the form and functionality of buildings and other structures. When it comes to delivering quality designs, architects often collaborate with other specialists, including structural and mechanical engineers. From the first concepts and planning sessions until the building's official opening, architects are involved in many aspects of the process. When an individual client or a construction organization hires an architect, the professional is responsible for doing the research and brainstorming sessions required to design a building that not only satisfies the client's requirements but is also built following all applicable building codes. Architecture is as much a science as it is an art, and it's architects who can make construction plans a reality. In order to please the customer, they come up with ideas that are both distinctive and aesthetically pleasing. The architect's development scheme has to adhere to all the rules and guidelines set out by the state as well as the local municipality. Architects are essential to the building process because they determine how a building or structure will look before any skeletal design is done. Over the last several decades, building projects of all kinds, houses, shops, warehouses, ports, highways, and more, have mushroomed, increasing the importance of architects in the modern economy. That being said, architects have to face numerous challenges that make their job much harder than it should be. KanBo construction management software enables architects and structural engineers to deliver sheer excellence throughout the project cycle. Role of an architect in a construction business or project. 1. Financial projections and cost estimation. Efficient cost management is possible with accurate financial projections made at various points in the project's development. Architects have a broad scope of vision and can offer bold perspectives to the building projects, yet, their plans and conceptions cannot stand alone without sound architectural integrity and MEP installations. In order to produce accurate projected costs, architects and designers must be cautious against underestimating the price of materials and the amount of time it will take to develop the project. Architects may well be responsible for delivering a whole construction quotation, or they might be responsible for producing an estimate for a specific aspect, such as green space, of the project. Knowing how much things like salary, construction materials, services of third parties, and predetermined costs add up is crucial for determining competitive rates. Once an organization has a firm grasp on how much everything costs to build, it will be in a stronger position to negotiate fees and draft a solid contract for the project. 2. Project understanding and documentation. A thorough understanding of the client's requirements, the cost planning, a site inspection to evaluate the site's special features, and a review of safe operation and regulatory rules follow once the architect has grasped the concept. The next step, if required, is for engineers to sign off on the blueprint. There are lots of different ways in which an architectural project may be slowed down or overburdened, thus it is crucial that every step of the process be thoroughly recorded. Unpreventable factors, such as weather, may sometimes cause problems. A well-managed project and a collaborative workplace, however, may eliminate most of the problems that may arise. This usually involves the timely completion of all required paperwork, information sharing with the construction crew and the customer, the allocation of resources for assigned purposes, and the creation of a well-thought-out financial budget and strategic plan. As a result, it is emphasized that the vision is more than simply a simulation. It is also a corporate attitude and one that may substantially benefit an architectural organization. To maximize profits and increase efficiency, data and its proper administration may be a crucial asset. 3. Creating building design and visualizing the construction process. In order to ensure a project is feasible, architects must first create thorough blueprints. This used to be done manually, but now, with BIM and CAD technology, it can be done in a fraction of the time. Numerous modifications and redrawing are performed at this point to accommodate alterations necessitated by the customer's specifications, the available funds, and the applicable rules and regulations. All architectural, technical, and power transmission systems are planned out in detail and included in the finalized drawings to help assist contractors in constructing the intended building. In addition to the blueprints, construction papers such as design directions and functional characteristics must be drafted. The contract proposition is the next step after the final draft, and it's responsible for helping you figure out how much money you'll need and how long the whole thing will take. One of the most important skills an architect has is the ability to take charge of a venture and see it through from its earliest stages all the way to the final phase. Furthermore, breaking down a large project into smaller, more achievable targets may help bring it under control. This generally includes assessing the needs of the customer, creating plans for the project, examination of the construction site and pre-existing buildings, examination of the site's historical, social, and ecological significance, recording the progress of the business and manufacturing sectors, thinking about what you'll need for construction and drafting an agreement, submitting applications for building permits and handling internal teams, getting help from specialized contractors where needed, adjusting construction designs so that they conform to the customer's preferences. 4. Drafting contracts and supervising construction project. Trade negotiations are another area where architects may be of assistance. They could recommend a variety of contractors for certain jobs. The architect then conducts an evaluation using all of the bid documents once they have been obtained. The evaluation is then compared to the client's goals and financial constraints. Following the specifications laid forth by the customer, the architect begins building in accordance with all applicable laws and regulations. At the conclusion of each period, architects must verify that the money sought is in line with the work actually accomplished on the site by reviewing the bills generated. Architects also have a major role during the construction process. They visit the site, consult with contractors, negotiate terms, and resolve any problems that may arise. The stamp and permission of the project's architect are needed on several construction documents to get the job done. Challenges for an architect in the modern construction business. 1. Ensuring constant collaboration and supervising projects. A skilled architect will always be surrounded by a great team because of the nature of their profession and the need for collaboration on bigger projects. There must be a clear division of labor and defined responsibilities among team members. This is absolutely necessary for the project to materialize. Of all, you can't expect your staff to work autonomously if you just give them their assignments and walk away. Completion requires constant and clear communication. You'll have to maintain tabs on everyone's tasks and make sure they're being done in time by asking for regular updates. Although ubiquitous collaboration technologies have made constant monitoring of the team simpler, it is still one of the key issues that most architects encounter. In many business situations, it doesn't matter whether the customer and the architect speak the same language or not, they still may have trouble conveying their thoughts to one another. Perhaps the customer is hazy on the specifics of their desired outcome, or they just lack the vocabulary to adequately articulate their vision. The most effective approach for this is 3D visualization. While it may help you and your customer communicate more effectively, you may still need to engage in some back-and-forth dialogue to finalize the plan. Communicating with the customer at each stage of the process ensures that things go smoothly and that the final product is satisfactory. 2. Getting aligned with digital transformation. There seems to be a widening gulf between the millennials who are just entering the field of construction and those who came before them. This divide has arisen because both sides are reluctant or unable to recognize or cooperate with the other. One issue is that seniors are sometimes reluctant to pass on their knowledge and wisdom to younger people. On the other hand, today's digital natives don't appreciate the lessons their predecessors have learned or the friendships they've cultivated. The gap between the generations of architects needs to be bridged with digitalization so the new generation can share their innovative ideas while the industry veterans share their existing knowledge and experience. That's why architects must do their utmost to keep up with the rapid pace at which technological developments are occurring or potentially lose their competitive edge. However, before they can be utilized efficiently in the workplace and on the building sites, hardware compatibility and modeling tools need substantial upgradation and adjustment. 3. Overcoming procurement issues and addressing quality control problems. Architects in many countries are losing business to multinational companies as a result of fundamental changes such as a lack of available land, stricter regulations, and competitive pressures. Procurement procedures that are rushed due to time and cost constraints are more likely to result in subpar outcomes since inadequate time was spent investigating and weighing alternatives before settling on a single course of action. It is important to adopt measures to ensure that architects are aware of all the issues and able to meet their customers' evolving demands and effectively communicate the benefits they bring to the table. Moreover, if mistakes in the architecture and design are not discovered, they might have disastrous consequences for the whole project. The building process may be made unsafe by inaccurate computations, systems can be an environmental disaster, and doorways, window frames, and facades positioned incorrectly can make the design seem absurd. That's why architects need to give their initiatives the attention they deserve. This is where 3D modeling software might come in handy. Visualizing the structure in 3D can help architects see things they may have overlooked, and the finest software will alert them to possible flaws, poor angles, and other issues. Architects can avoid future issues by preventing them from ever occurring and fixing any errors they may make along the way. 4. Dealing with the involvement of contractors and subcontractors. Architects take the reins as the primary designer on any given project, and it is their duty to see that the client's vision is realized and that the excellent standard of the project is preserved from start to finish. Using 3D building models, architects can sketch out their basic vision for a structure before gradually incorporating the work of specialty contractors. With procurement bundle approaches like PPP and DNC bringing contractors and subcontractors into the workflow much earlier, architects are finding they need to define their position and impact on the project from the very beginning. The customer's brief must be clear, and the customer must be fully engaged in the construction process from the beginning to the end, if contractors are to be included in the planning process at the initial phases via procurement procedures. Consequently, prior to commencing any work, architects should rigorously collaborate with their customers to develop a comprehensive and adaptable brief. 5. Complying with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, SDGs. The construction industry's climate goals cannot be achieved without a shift toward more environmentally friendly production and consumption patterns. Global climatic and ecological impacts must be at the forefront of the building industry's mind if it is to overcome the current problems and challenges. This is particularly true when taking into account the fact that millennials place a greater emphasis on ecological and environmental issues than their older counterparts. To reach climate goals in the coming years, creative approaches will be needed even if the current infrastructure and economic models can drastically reduce emissions. The selection and dismissal of employees are only two examples of the many diverse sectors where innovative solutions are needed to guarantee environmental sustainability. There will be greater demand for high-quality, practically applicable digitization as more advanced technologies become widely available. The United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs established Sustainable Development Objective 9, and the building industry is crucial to achieving this goal. So that more people may share in the advantages of industrialization and economic growth, it promotes multinational corporations to participate in the development of global infrastructure. In addition, these measures are taken because of the importance, on the part of companies, of fostering an atmosphere that welcomes and encourages innovation. The following paragraphs explain some sustainability goals that companies in the construction business should strive to achieve. Components of this effort include the development of environmentally friendly infrastructure via public-private partnerships, PPP, and other similar initiatives. More private sector participation and management are required in the creation of new transportation infrastructure. Growth in funding in the healthcare-related construction sector, the promotion of health and safety in the workplace, the delivery of medical treatment, and the facilitation of activities meant to encourage collaboration. To help improve the neighborhoods where they operate, construction companies should participate in corporate citizenship and sponsorship initiatives. All working people should have the chance to build and lead educational institutions. It's possible that CSR and sponsorship programs might help businesses nurture the next generation of employees. Flood protection and treatment facilities must be designed in tandem with water delivery systems. The natural environment around a construction site should be disturbed as little as possible throughout the construction process. To lessen the environmental toll of energy infrastructure development, green building practices and materials should be included from the outset. The construction industry must lead the way in envisioning and managing initiatives that use renewable energy. Outcome-based and design-oriented architectural management with KanBo. A good architect is essential to the success of any building project, no matter how big or little. KanBo provides an end-to-end construction management platform for AEC businesses, facilitating real-time stakeholder collaboration throughout the project life cycle. They have complete power over all aspects of the business, from planning to execution to oversight of documents. KanBo enables architects to use it as a CDE and ECM thanks to its safe connections with Building Information Modeling, BIM, Geographic Information Systems, GIS, and Computer-Aided Design, CAD. 1. Real-time collaboration enables effective project management. Using KanBo, architects may streamline communication between the project's many parties, including the owner, chief architect, contractors, and others, to more precisely specify requirements and efficiently carry them out without blowing the budget or schedule. They can get along well with engineers, subcontractors, and suppliers, and they can always acquire the most up-to-date information straight from the field, allowing them to carry out your architectural designs to perfection. In addition, you can depend on KanBo to engage with architects, engineers, consultants, subcontractors, and clients as you manage the creation and execution of the project master plan in coordination with various teams and documentation. Architects may collaborate with engineers, owners, the chief architect, and other stakeholders using KanBo by holding meetings, debates, and stand-ups to provide advice, propose alterations, and put their ideas into action. KanBo is a construction project information management system that architects may use to safely store, organize, and communicate information and documents across multiple teams so that they are all on the same page. 2. Increase the efficiency of the project's execution by easing its activities. Architects may use KanBo as their main means of interaction with the project's owners, contractors, engineers, and other parties involved in the building process. They may coordinate with engineers to get all mechanical and electrical systems and equipment ready according to the master project plan, and they can also communicate project estimates and scopes of work to the personnel and teams. Information may be added to the platform in real time, allowing for more productive meetings and conversations with project stakeholders, as well as better informed choices and more efficient implementation. Using KanBo, architects may work with their designated estimator to discuss project specifics and provide estimates and quantity studies using either traditional or digital methods. In addition to conducting in-depth reviews of various documentation such as designs, drawings, illustrations, plans, and specifications and providing answers and feedback in real time, they can also review and monitor the distribution of requests for information, architectural supplementary instructions, and changes to the field to stay ahead of the curve and enable proactive project management. 3. Eliminate problems, interdependencies, and bottlenecks. Using KanBo, architects are better able to operate as a go-between for the project's many stakeholders, including the owner's representatives, subcontractors, consultants, suppliers, inspectors, and others. Using data collected in real time from the field, they may efficiently handle data about alterations to the job, provide analyses and reports as required, assess cost estimates for alterations provided by subcontractors, and aid in dispute resolution. With KanBo, architects can effectively coordinate with suppliers, subcontractors, consultants, vendors, teams, and owner representatives to resolve plan and specification issues relating to work management, resource allocation, project supervision, and the Building Information Modeling (BIM) process. They may also choose to jointly analyze the contractor's and owner's interpretation of documents, such as design paperwork and difficulties encountered during construction. 4. Facilitate task-based and convenient record-keeping. Using KanBo, architects can consolidate all of the project's documentation, including blueprints, technical drawings, and specifications, into a single spot, where they can then share it with the other parties involved and get their immediate responses and comments. They are given the leeway to draft project documentation such as descriptions, communication strategies, change order reports, and more in order to facilitate data gathering for effective project planning and management. Architects may use KanBo to facilitate documentation collection and submission relevant to guaranteed maximum price (GMP) assessment and analysis. Owners, engineers, and architects are all examples of stakeholders who may provide comments, evaluations, feedback, and even co-author formal paperwork for GMP. It is also possible for them to draft GMP modification plans, cost estimates, contracts, and scopes of work to provide to the owner. KanBo, better project management for architects. Having a centralized system of communication and control is essential for every construction business, along with architects and structural engineers. It's possible that any building company may benefit from the flexibility of KanBo's task and knowledge management platform. When it comes to sharing knowledge and fostering innovation amongst employees, construction companies are no longer compelled to erect information restricting barriers. KanBo may collaborate with establishments that include established chains of command. The executive offices are based out of KanBo. KanBo allows workers quick access to company-wide information including goals and projects, work responsibilities and employee skills, and company announcements. Virtual operations and databases might be established if upper management so chooses to use an agile work and knowledge management platform. Building industry executives will now have instantaneous access to data and analytics presented in a highly visual way. A quicker and more precise decision-making process might help a company's innovation strategy. KanBo is a low-code environment for citizen developers. Faster application delivery and less human coding are the only benefits of a low-code approach discussed here. Project managers and business analysts, who are not programmers, may now design and develop mobile applications. If IT queues are cleared and shadow IT is eliminated, non-technical workers may be able to have a greater impact on the company. Ingenious new technologies have allowed for a more effective knowledge management system than ever before. Great option for people who don't know how to code. Developers and non-developers alike may create application software without resorting to conventional computer programming. Executives who lack coding skills may struggle to fulfill their responsibilities. Using KanBo as a no-code solution means you can build apps rapidly, which is the main advantage. With the rise of the mobile workforce and the scarcity of in-house software experts, businesses are increasingly turning to these platforms for support. Experts in the field of information technology use KanBo. KanBo is a program for managing workflows and processes. A process is a series of steps taken over time to accomplish anything. Human resources and employees alike may benefit from KanBo's comprehensive set of project management features. The software's features allow for seamless communication across teams and departments. Final word. Ever since the beginning of humanity, architecture has influenced and shaped history and culture. Traditionally and culturally, architects have been and continue to be revered as the creators of our built environment. Even after an empire's collapse, its architectural legacy survives to inform the world about its glory days. In truth, architecture is the visible manifestation of human development and technological progress across time. It encapsulates the feelings, attitudes, and core beliefs that have always characterized those ancient civilizations. It's no secret that architecture has long been an enigma, existing somewhere between the realms of science and artistry, or between the realms of the serious and the amusing. Yet, in a reality that is always evolving and shifting, there will always be obstacles that architects must overcome. KanBo gives these creative professionals a comprehensive platform for managing their projects, collaborating with the teams, recording documentation, and supervising the entire construction process in real time. It gives architects the peace of mind they need to function effectively and deliver desired results.